Right. Chaps. You check. Hearing's alright.
Chaps.
Yep, it's fine. Okay. We will start soon. Just need to... There's one thing. Okay. Here we go. Hello, people. We are here for an interesting thing. You wouldn't usually expect it. But we are here for an interesting concept. Formula E, as I like to mention it. And basically how it works is every race, one car gets eliminated. And that car won't be in the entire season until we get to the final race, where there's 4 drivers and they battle out for the win. Now, throughout this entire season, there can only be one winner. The Constructors' Championship doesn't matter. All the teams were picked randomly, and all the teams don't really matter. The Drivers' Championship doesn't really matter either. Unless you're that type of person who, for some reason, cares about drivers' standings in something that replicates the Hunger Games. But, you know. There is people like that, but yeah, none of the drivers or constructors don't matter. It's who gets eliminated matters. So we're gonna have 1 lap of qualifying, then 10 laps for every race. Here we go. Alright, not a bad start. Down the strip, Max is dominating. All the cars are on equal, by the way, so don't be like questioning, because they are on equal. Right, so Oscar Bartholomew in last. He's gonna have to try pull off something in the race if he wants to keep himself in. Just Max on pole. Not like it matters, but it's really keeping that last place away from you. Get this lights out, and away we go. For the race in Bahrain. Now Dara King's into the last place slot. Daniel Maloney fighting off here with myself. Interesting start to the race. So we're going to swap around now. So Thomas into P2, he's had a good start. Oh. A bit of contact behind. Oscar's back into last place. Pretty much working as they would. And zoom out. This does not hurt your eyes. It certainly does for me, that's for sure. This time I'm just going to go a little bit closer and there you go. This is fine. This is not fine. This is This is terrible. Just close it a lot more, and there. This is fine. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go one as normal. Looking like there's a fight going on between Conrad and Sam. Thomas wants to join in on the fight. So Kuba, I haven't even realised this. Kuba is down in last place. Much in the last place battle more than the first place battle. Now remember, these tyres can last from 6 to 10 laps, so it's really their decision if they want to stay out or box. Boxing would absolutely ruin the race, but staying out might just save them. But of course, it's the grip, and look at this, the bottom two, really going at it. And it looks like Oscar goes back into last position, so Oscar hasn't had the best run, let's just say, this beginning of the season. He might need to get a little bit of an improvement for next season. It's a fight for P2. It was between Sam and Ben and Conrad. We're all getting in there. Oscar's really not gaining either, so I'm not sure if it's anything to do with the tyres. Well, the tyres are the same for everyone else, so it's really what everyone else does. They box or they stay out, because they can last for 10 laps. Through the final corner and into P9. Sorry, on to lap 9 now. And look at that tyre percentage at the top right, it's fading. Of course, if they pit, they're throwing the race away, and there's a crash at turn 1. Daniel and Lucas. I know they were quite far up, but it's still a crash nevertheless. They both went into the gravel at turn 1. And look at this, this is some real banter. Yeah. So Max starts the final lap, and he will take the win for race 1. And look, Ben and Conrad off at turn 1. Look at the tyre. It's all because of the tyres. They're all spinning off all over the place. All of them going into the ground. I mean, just, oh my god, this is funny. But it's gonna be Max Canham who takes the win here in Bahrain and advances to the next round just like everyone else. It's Oscar Bartholomew. Can he hold on? Because he is currently on the brink of elimination. If he doesn't get past Ben, then he's out. And I think it's all over. Yep, it's Oscar Bartholomew who is out in the first race of the season. He is now out. He's the first one to be out in season 1. Big shock, really. Big shock. So it is now Oscar gone. I will now quickly change that. So Oscar, you my friend are here. So 2. We can do I need to figure this out. So this is really confusing. Basically, what happens is, oh, I don't know. Right, I think I figured it out. So if we do Conrad Chan. So this is how we sort this out, and so Conrad Chan here. That should work. Alright. Yeah, as you can see, all the stats, all the same. So this, now if I go to settings, the number of cars, I can't change the number of cars. Well, I guess I have to do a quick race then. Off to Monaco for the next Grand Prix. Let's go to Monaco, right. Number of cars down to 12. And hard. Number 1, boost off, we don't want that. And now it's time for race number 2. And off we go for qualifying. Conrad already blasting through to the top. So is Ben as well. Ben Kiergan. He was there. He wasn't there last race. He was near the back of the pack actually last Grand Prix. Good to see him up there near the front. It's gonna be Conrad on pole by 5 terms of 5 hundredths of a second. I can't speak today. It's currently Lucas, Ben, and Dara in the bottom 3. So watch out for last place, guys. But we're off for race number 2. Conrad holding off through P1, and then look at this, 3 wide behind. Max has backed out. This would be where the tunnel section is, but of course you can't have the tunnel when we can't see the drivers. We go around the outside, and through goes Max. Conrad's fading fast at this point. Now Jack's catching up. Ben's dropped down all the way to P5. Dara King now in last position, so at the moment he looks to be the one who will be eliminated this race. Seems to be quite far behind as well compared to the others in front of him. But back to the front, it's now Kuba Radecki who is leading. Who would have expected that? I wouldn't, that's for sure. Kuba is leading ahead of Conrad Chan. Then you've got Max, and then you've got myself and Ben fighting for P4, and it looks like Ben Kiergan goes up into 4th position. Behind that you've got Thomas, Daniel, Ben, Sam, Dara, well now Luca, Dara, and now Lucas in last place. Last place seems to just swap every single time. And you can just see now. Oh, big fight here at the back. I know this is for last place, which is again really important. Now Lucas Salmon is in last place. He looks to be the one who will be eliminated this race. Lucas fighting back through the chicane. They're wheel to wheel at the back, and Lucas doesn't have the straight line speed to fight with Luca apparently, even though they are equal. It's Lucas down into last, Luca up into P something. The tyres are wearing already. You can see the sliding. Look at them through the chicane. Lucas hits the wall, but is back past Luca, and now sails over the straights and is up into P11. So Lucas Salmon looks to be eliminated, but look at this again. Contact from the cars ahead has slowed him down. Now Luca now back into a chance of making it through to the next race. And look at all these 4 banging and barging. I know I would be in looking at the lead at this point, but this is really important for last place. Now Sam drops back into last position. I think this is absolute. Now Lucas back into last place. And currently the leaders are having a fight as well, even though it really doesn't matter. It's just qualifying really for the next race. Kuba Radecki has led pretty much all these laps, or most of the laps, and now look at the gap between Lucas and the cars ahead. This is unbelievable. How does he drop this far back? it's scary almost how much they do. Unbelievable how he drops back so fast. Quite crazy. But it's going to be Lucas, who at the moment looks to be out, and not gonna lie, if he does go out, I wouldn't be very surprised. Look at the gap between him and Sam. 1.4 seconds. He ain't getting that in one lap. Sorry, mate. But it's going to be victorious for Kuba, who wins the second race in the Principality. Going to be Conrad following in second place, with Thomas also on the podium. Sam pit on the final lap. Wait a minute. He's just... he had to pit because of tyre wear. Unbelievable. Sam has just binned, winning the race, making it through by staying out. Unbelievable. How has he done that? Oh, it's crazy. He pit and then finished behind him in the overall race. That is crazy. You would not have expected that, surely. Crazy, really. So it is now, for anyone who has joined Canada, race 3. And we have now got 11 drivers left. Those 2 drivers who were out is Oscar Bartholomew and Sam Christopherson. The 2 drivers who coincidentally have the longest names on the grid. Not because I'm offended to long names, it just makes me feel weird. Just saying. But anyway. Oh, tyre wear. I like that. I wanna do some tire damage. But we'll keep it on 1. But then, race number 3 in Canada, usually one of the best races on the calendar for racing. That's, by the way, true. I've tested it multiple times. Here we go then. Thomas leading the way in qualifying. Looks like he might get pole. Lucas may have just... yeah, it's Lucas on pole, followed by me and Thomas, who somehow got the exact same time, but I finished ahead in quali somehow. I honestly don't know how. Followed by Conrad, Max, Ben, Daniel, Golding, Dara, Salmon, and Radecki. I'm calling all you by your surnames because that's how they would in Formula 1, sorry about that. So Kuba, who won last race, is now at risk of elimination, so he needs to stay very careful. It's lights out and away we go. And off we go for the Grand Prix. It's Lucas leading the way ahead of Jack. Thomas in behind and goes into the gravel, onto the grass even. Kuba at the back. We're going to be watching the back of the race like we normally would in this situation. And look, all the cars going onto the grass. This is why there is action in Canada. Ben's dropped down all the way to P10. Daniel's made a mistake. Both Dara and Kuba made a mistake. Kuba's still in that last place, but is going to get Dara's going to be overtaken, and now he gets back through. So Kuba went onto the grass at the exit and kind of screwed him up there. Now Ben's at risk of being overtaken, and he is overtaken. Ben into last place, and he's dropping back already. He could still catch up due to mistakes. Daniel now into P10, so Ben's going to be right on his tail. I love how, for once, we're finally giving the people at back some attention. But yeah, I'm just going to go mute for a sec. And as I return, Ben is still in last place. Kuba still in P10. Daniel still in P9. And Ben, oh, you don't want to do that, buddy. Losing it at the final chicane could be one of the worst things that could happen to you in this race, and that just so happened to happen to him. So not the best. But at the front, nothing's really changed. Conrad and Thomas battling for P3. Me and myself, Lucas and myself, P1 and 2. There's not really much position changes other way. Ben could be eliminated here in race 3. That would be a big blow to himself. Oh, both go wide in the final chicane. Overall, Ben is gaining on Kuba. He's not gaining enough though. He needs to gain more because the gap was 8 tenths. Now it went down to 6. Now it's up to 1.2. Both of them onto the grass at the final corner again. And I think now it's clear to say that Ben's kind of lost it, and he will be eliminated at the end of this race. For Lucas though, he will rack himself up another win. And what the hell did I just do? And claims another victory. I say another, but claims his first victory of the season, possibly of the champion. I'm just going to say the championship from now on. And Ben Golding is out. That's very disappointing. Ben's going to be pretty mad of himself there. But it's going to be down now to only 10 drivers. So I need to find Ben and replace him. Lucas. This is really confusing, but not really confusing at the same time. Sounds really confusing, doesn't it? What? I don't know what's going on outside. I don't want to know what's going on outside, so I'm just gonna close the window. Speak ever again. But the next race is Austria. That track is actually pretty decent. Ten drivers. Isn't that just crazy to think about? But anyway, the less drivers that there are, the more easy it is to know what they're up to or what they're doing. So the tyres are pretty long here, 8 to 13 laps they last for. So interesting fact for you. So at the front looks to be Dara King, who gets pole position. So good win there. Good pole, shall I say, for Dara. Yeah, you can just see the top 10 there. That's all there are really. Not surprised. Yeah. I'm gonna make a spreadsheet for this because it's in. I don't know why. I'm just gonna use simple spreadsheet. There we go. Okay, that's Dara King got in pole by 2 temps. It's pretty good, I must say. And it's lights out and away we go. It's Kuba Radecki off to a good start. Into P1 already. Could be on for his 2nd win ever already. He would be the first driver to get 2 wins, which would be unbelievable. What the hell's happened to Ben and Lucas? They're trading at the back. They must have had a collision at the start or something. because they're trailing all of the other cars by 4.5 seconds here. I'm not sure why. They're gaining back though a little bit. I mean, don't know what's happened there. Don't really want to know what's happened. I mean, I kind of do, but you know, it's only fair. Probably won't. Oh yeah, Cooper on for a second win of the season. That would be pretty interesting, must say. Now, it's Ben and Lucas, really, who are fighting. It's going to be only them who are fighting as well, so it's pretty much all down to them now, nothing else. Frick's sake. Sorry, look at him, my brother. And oh, it was rain. I literally didn't even realise that's gonna turn the thing right on its head. So wet's now in play. Oh, there we go. So Dara, who got pole, is down into P3, and now the gap between Lucas and the others have dropped down to 2.5 seconds. You can see a gap starting to close. You can see now Lucas can see the other drivers and not just Ben for once. Now the gap's dropping a lot more, which is what he would love to see. Oh Christ, my arm. Anyway. So, it's currently Lucas, who is ahead of Ben, so Ben will be eliminated. The fight for the lead's looking pretty good as well. Oh, interesting. Oh, sorry guys. I'll let you watch this fight for the lead while I download this app so I can start doing this table thing. But yeah, looking pretty close between Lucas Hammond and Kuba. Not even sure how Luca got that far up, but he did somehow. But it's the final lap as well, so it's really all down to what happens now. Who's gonna get the win here? Will Luca get his first win, or will Kuba get his second? Kuba down the inside, and it's gonna be Kuba Radecki for his second win of the season and of his career. Now that is pretty insane. Wow. That was great. That was unbelievable, to say the very least. And as you expect, as most people would expect, probably from at the start, and look at that, as Ben in last, he is out. Ben Keoghan, despite he at least made it for quite some time, I must say. So we can just, actually we could just leave him there, and yeah, okay, cool. So next race, well, what's the next race? Looking like the UK, shall we? Interesting. Off to the UK then, down to 9. Here we go. We can just sorry, I'm not commentating on qualifying, I just need to start with a spreadsheet. What have I just done? this much. Lucas Lazel on pole. I'm last. Shit. That is not something I want to see. I want to see myself up there, and oh no, we are last. Oh, look at this. At the back. Now it's Max in last. I don't even know how he got there. But he's in last now, guys. Sorry about this, lad. Oh, shit. And apparently it's going to wet, and all of them are on wet tyres, even though the rain hasn't came yet. It is coming, but it isn't here just yet, and now it is swatching right back to the dries. This game, it just makes no sense whatsoever. Is it going to give Max a massive advantage? No, because he doesn't pit. Dingo. I don't know why he wouldn't. He had a big opportunity there and you messed it up. But yeah. This should be quite an interesting thing. Oh, there you go, into the pits. Everyone goes, E-I-E-I-O. On this farm we had a dog. You guys, we had a dog, what do you expect? I'm just gonna let you see how Max is doing. Yeah, not doing good. Let's just say that. Yeah? Okay, give us a sec, guys. Back to the action. So we've still got Max in last, sadly. No action there. It's going to be Conrad who will take the win here. Interestingly. And Conrad wins. Here in the UK, in Britain. It's now Max to cross the line, and sadly, it's him out this Grand Prix. So we're gonna quickly. And
Jack, you can put us.
so there you go. We are now down to 8. Next race is going to be Italy. I'm going to go pick Italy, drop the cars down to 8, and continue. Chicane and out. Conrad again proving very good at the front. Thomas not probably for the first time I've seen struggling at the back.
Jack, I'll go now.
So it's Conrad, pole, Lucas second, Salmon third. All them. And now here we go. We're gonna have a look at the back, like we always do. It's Thomas currently last. Now let's have a look back at the front. So it's Conrad who leads, on for his second win in a row. If he does do that, that would be pretty amazing. Looks like people are pitting for wets. Some people pit for wets beforehand. Some people stayed out for a softs on another lap, and I think the ones on softs made a good strategy call. We're seeing now what the gap's going to be. The ones who stayed out are ahead by 2 seconds, so good strategy call there, I reckon. Because now you can see a big gap. You've got the 4. And then the 4 at the back. The top 4 made a really good decision. What for? Maybe done it a little bit too early. And now it's going back to the dries. But they're probably going to stay out for another lap or 2 because there's still rain on the circuit. We'll see what happens from here now. So it's gone, stopped raining around the track. It's going down. Currently Dara in last, surprisingly. And we've got our first pitter onto the softs, and that's myself, Jack Kavanagh, on to the soft tyres. The rain's only a little bit there at the moment. I think now it is gone, and the top 3 pit. So what's going to happen? Where am I going to come out in relation to the others? We're seeing now down the straight. Might pull off a P3 and up into P3. It was a bad strategy call. We did lose 2nd place to Lucas. It was a bad strategy call there from him. Remember, this isn't controlled by me, this is controlled by them. And now we've got heavy rain on the horizon. Dara King passes Lucas Hammond for P9. P8. P7. God's sake. It's now Luca on the brink of elimination. The rain has begun. Conrad stays out on the final lap. So does Lucas, myself, and Kuba all stay out. The other 4 pit. I think they've been the people who pit have absolutely binned their chances. I think they did even before. Like, I think they've binned their chances even before they pit. If I'm being truly honest, it's still gonna be another win. 2 wins in a row for Conrad Chan. Great result. Pulled it off in the end. It was a win. He won in Britain. He wins in Monza. that would be pretty funny, actually. I just did it. So it's Lucas Hammond in the end who gets eliminated. Sorry, buddy. Looks like you're gone. So we'll just put Conrad in your place. This has been interesting season so far. So 2 people with 2 wins, that's for sure. Many people still waiting on their first win, but as it goes in Grand Prix racing, you never know, really. So the next race is Mexico. Interesting choice, really. I think I was gonna say who chose this calendar, and then realised that I made the calendar, so I'm not gonna speak whatsoever. If I speak, I am in big trouble. And they're off. So again for not commentating qualifying. Oh crap! I was on pole. Holy! That's actually amazing. There's tears, as happy tears streaming down my face right now because I've just found out that I'm on pole position. Holy shit. Come on, me. You've got this. It's amazing. Through the S's. So it is currently Daniel Maloney in P7 who will be eliminated if this keeps on. Through the first chicane. I'm actually doing a well-handy job at the moment. Let's have a look down at the back. Usually the most interesting spot, surprisingly. Looking pretty good at the moment, actually. This is Daniel Maloney currently in P7. I am still leading. Take a deep breath. I'm actually crazed how I'm in the lead at the moment. I honestly don't know how. I'm questioning my existence. How is this happening? Am I dreaming? Probably, yeah, but let's just not wake up, shall we? Please. Anyway, what was I doing? Oh yeah, spreadsheet, of course. I'm trying to get everyone's names down. Then after the scene finishes, I'll write down everything. And then Daniel Maloney. Written down all the names. Lovely. This is really, really good. And now look at the fight between last place. Daniel Maloney and Kuba Radecki. Down the straight, it's close, but Daniel misses out. Oh, that is actually depressing, man. I can't really be depressed though, because I've somehow won. Somehow. I'll take it. Daniel Maloney's out though. That is disappointing for good old Daniel himself. I think I can just leave it there, can't I? The next race should be in Brazil, but we're gonna switch it up. The next race will be in Malaysia. I've decided to switch it up. I know, right? I'm so switchy. I don't know why I said that. Malaysia. Down to 6. There we go then. Our final 6 are looking pretty damn good, I must say. And it is me on pole again. How is my AI doing this? Okay, so it is currently looking good, the charts. I will put all of the results on. How am I P4? This is really depressing. Kuba Radecki leads though. Just point that out, chaps. So yeah, currently that is what we've got. Kuba though getting agonizingly chased down by Thomas, and now Thomas is right on the back of Kuba for the lead. Around the outside, what a move! Unbelievable, man. I've just been thinking about this for a bit. I'm gonna try implement something with winning a race, because I feel like winning the race is kind of pointless as long as you stay in the top 5. So I'm thinking, right, we do this thing where we have, if you win and you get eliminated, you can use that like win as like a free, like a, you know how you would have jail free cards, get out of jail free cards, like something like that. Basically, if you get a win, you'll have an elimination pass. So if like in your elimination zone, then you'll be fine as long as you use it, and it will be used automatically. And Lucas Laser now drops into P6, which means he could be eliminated. It's between him and Dara, and at the moment Dara's holding off a lot. Interesting at the moment. The top 3 though looking interesting, and you now the bottom 3 pits for the wets, because you heard about the rain. The rain's here, and now the soft tire runs are going to be struggling. They're going to be sliding all over the place. And look, they're already onto the gravel. This could be an amazing strategy play if it's pulled off well. Here we go. This is amazing. Let's see what happens now. Thomas pits, Kuba pits, and I will also pit as soon as now. And I think, I'm not gonna lie, Conrad goes through into first place. Dara will now fight off. I am lost. Shit. This is not good. Conrad now into the lead of the race. Oh my god. Thomas is currently P2, so the pass lead now dropped. Kuba in P3, so Dara's jumped up to 4th, and I've dropped all the way down to last from P3. Lucas in P5, so he is safe. Not gonna lie guys, this isn't looking very promising for me, I must say. Shit. I want the button at the bottom, driver speed. Since I technically am using my own driver to spectate, I could up his driver speed and he would be so much more faster than everyone else. It would be really funny. But I'm not going to use it because that's called cheating. It's now Conrad Chan somehow leading the race, followed closely by Kuba. Kuba around the outside. These two again fighting for the win, and it's going to be Kuba Radecki, race win number 2. Conrad couldn't get his 3rd. It's a great win though for Kuba, and oh, I don't even want to look at it, man. It looks like I'm out, so big disappointment there, to be honest. We'll just I'm speechless. Fair enough though, I made it pretty far. It was good while it lasted, I must say. The next race should be Abu Dhabi. So we've got the champion. So it was Mexico, Brazil. We've done Mexico, and yeah, so now it's Abu Dhabi, and then we finish with Brazil. That's how it works, chaps. So let's go to Abu Dhabi. Now only down to 5 drivers. Rain midway through quality. I don't think that's going to change much. You should be fine. And yeah, they'll be fine. Okay. I'm going to cross the line before it even starts raining, so. All of them passed. and it's Kuba on pole, closely followed by Conrad and Thomas. Lucas a bit off the pace. And it's lights out, and away we go for the penultimate race of this championship. It's ended so quickly. Kuba leads. Conrad's dropped down to third. Lucas ain't giving up here. Conrad, who was in P2 at the start of this race, has dropped all the way down to P6 and last. Isn't that crazy to think about? Oh, Darrow, what was that, mate? That was not a good move. Onto the grass at the chicane. The hairpin, and now he's in the wall. Unbelievable. The rain's just gonna keep going, I reckon, like it did in Malaysia. It's just gonna keep going. Look at it, it's like nearly full on the wet bar. On the rain meter, look at it. Nearly fully wet. Now it's turning dry, so still lots of rain on the drain. Darryl, what is happening, mate? What are you doing? What's going on? Show names. Sure. So it's now going to sunlight. So this should bring down the water levels a lot faster. It's now any time for people to pit, but I don't think it would be now. It would be maybe next lap or the lap after is where they pit. Oh, Thomas, big mistake there. Still got a good run out of the corner, and Thomas takes the lead. Great win, great one actually. It wasn't half bad of an overtake. Dara's still in last. I don't know what's going on with Dara, but he's not doing very well. He keeps going into the wall at one corner. It's quite weird. Give me a sec. Oh my god, I come back and see Thomas absolutely screwed over on those wet tyres. He's actually doing pretty well. He could keep this lead here. No, definitely not. Take that back. Thomas comes out on B3, but right on the tail. And chased by Conrad. I mean, just look at him. Conrad's rampageous. He's going to go for that move at any point he can. That makes it in. That's a pretty good move. Huma and Lucas currently lead. So Lucas has made a great return. And oh, they're fighting for the lead here. Lucas on for his first win. Cooper's trying to get back past Lucas. Big mistake. Goes onto the grass. I think that's ended the fight, really. It's going to be Cooper in the penultimate race of the season, who takes yet another win here, and who gets a second race win in a row here in Abu Dhabi. It's Dara who's out. Big shock. So he now out. It's now down to the final race of the season, and you know what happens here, chaps. I mean, maybe you don't, I don't know, but you go to Brazil, the final four. Here we go. It's whoever wins the race wins it all, down to the final four drivers of Kuba Radecki, Conrad Chan, Thomas North and Lucas Lazel. The four drivers at it. Lucas hasn't won a single race this season, nor has Thomas. Conrad and Kuba have won multiple races over this season already, so they're looking like real championship contenders. Lucas currently following in here behind in qualifying, and it's going to be Conrad who puts it on pole position for the race. Here we go. And it's lights out, and away we go for the final race of the season. Wheel to wheel, Conrad and Kuba into turn 2, holding off here, and Conrad keeps that P1. Conrad keeps the P1, Kuba following in behind onto the main straight. Nothing yet. Conrad really keeping a good distance here to Kuba. Lucas trying to catch up from behind as well. It's whoever wins the race, nothing to do with any other position. Lucas up into P2, so he's going to start chasing after Conrad. Unless Kuba gets back past down the inside. While they're fighting, Conrad's just making a longer gap. So they need to really push here if they want to get this victory. And Kuba down the inside on the main straight, and he's up into first. Conrad Chan down into second place. Now this is quite the scenes. Kuba, Conrad, Lucas and Thomas is the order we're currently running in on lap 5 of this race. But not for very long. Lucas up into P2, so Conrad's dropped from first all the way down to second place. Is Lucas going to be overtaken by Conrad like Kuba did a couple laps before? He might do. Kuba's really making the gap now between him and the other cars, down, up even to 1.1 seconds. Thomas now goes into P3. Conrad's dropped off a bunch. And now look at Lucas, he's pulled up a lot more time, caught up to Kuba throughout these coming laps. There's now only a couple tenths behind, entering lap number 8 of this race. 3 laps remain, and the winner of SJB F1 League is still on the cusp of everyone's minds. Kuba and Lucas. Look how close they're going. Lucas onto the grass. That's going to slow him down, but nothing's stopping this man. Down the straight he goes. Onto lap 9 as well now. Oh, Lucas. What was that? You could have done so much better, buddy. Onto the grass there. This is only this is the second to final lap of the race, and they're still going right at it here for the lead. Lucas around the outside and goes onto the grass like he did last lap. These two going right at it. It's now or never. Final lap. Lucas versus Kuba. Lucas bangs Kuba a little bit at the back, and Lucas into P1. Lucas leads the Brazilian Grand Prix and is on to win here. Win the entire championship. A person who's never won a single race here in the season, in the championship. Someone who's never won a single Grand Prix. He's won the race and the championship here in SJB F1 League. Unbelievable, absolutely amazing scenes. Conrad Chan, who had the win in his sights, who was leading from the start of the race, is finished in P4. Thomas snatches a podium, while Kuba, I would be imagined, is very frustrated. And that was an amazing championship. And we end it there, folks. I'm going to quickly announce what happened. I'm